It was only a matter of time before Wack 100 and Luce Cannon would fall out. If I said I knew it was going to end like this, I'll be lying. Yesterday, I dropped a video on Wack 100 crashing out and burning the bridge with Luce Cannon, but it was one thing that Wack said that stood out to me, that made me think, what's really going on with the boy Luce Cannon?
God is a snitch. Now let's talk. She called me a good thing. Then she called me a...
Listen to it. I'm telling you to wait till you listen.
Then she
That's
called
all
me
I'm Wack. Here, listen to it yourself,
Now let's
dog.
talk about the snitch trying to do. You want to call me a... Let's run this. Exclusive. Since I'm a... Let's run this. Last week, I get a call from her. She say, Big U is trying to put a murder on Luce Cannon. What she said? I said, what? Yeah, the murder on Money Mike from 6-0. I said, I ain't got nothing to do with Luce Cannon. Right? They say it's a video out and he needed for the attorney. I ain't thinking. I'll make a few phone calls. The video been floating. I get it to her. I wait 3 days. I say, did they charge him with the murder?
Wack, all due respect, you should listen to the video yourself, dog.
Flat.
You need to listen to it yourself, dog.
I ain't listening. And she called me. This what it is. Look, Cash Rule says she called me. That's what I'm riding with. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know what this is from? This is from you ever seen me let somebody go at me this much? Okay, so now I'm doing what I'm doing. And
Well,
it's gonna be what
I'm
it's gonna be. However it's gonna be. And whatever else they want it to be and keep rolling, we can keep rolling. So here we go. You rat back. So then I sit back
your phone.
and I asked, I said, did they charge Luce with the what you mean? You told me that Big U put a on him about Money Mike. Right? You asked for the video that been floating around. I made some calls and got it to show it ain't him. Right? 2 days after that, guess what I started hearing? They're gonna let him out.
If you agree with me, and you also believe Luce Cannon is a habitual liar, make sure you hit that like button. Let's get this video to 500 likes. Because if the story that Wack 100 told is actually real, and Luce Cannon's BM called him and told him that Big U had a video on Luce Cannon committing the unaliving, then Luce Cannon is cooked. Luce made a lot of terrible choices on behalf of the content, but going against Wack 100 probably gonna be the worst decision he made, because now the real is starting to get revealed on Luce Cannon. From the looks of it, Luce Cannon may be actually working with the police. Allegedly, his father is a snitch, and you know what they say, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. And from Luce Cannon actions, he already told on himself on No Jumper, and now Luce Cannon's real wife is starting to go viral, and she airing out anything and everything on Luce Cannon every chance she get. She claimed Luce Cannon and his baby mom told on her. She confirmed that the feds have talked to her, and she admitted that she will cooperate with the feds, and she not holding nothing back. She telling it all. But before we get to the rest of this content, make sure you hit that like button. Let's get the video to 100 likes. We passed 100 likes. 500 likes. We passed 500 likes. 1,000 likes. Past 1,000 likes. 2,500 likes. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Roll to 30,000 subscribers. Appreciate everybody hitting that subscribe button, hitting the like button, leaving comments. But let's get to this content.
He was acting like they were business partners, so it wasn't extortion to me at the time, because like I said, Dale didn't say, hey, I'm working with the Fed, then you're taking the money and you're threatening me to take it. I wasn't aware of that part.
If the and this is what happens with this content game, and this is why, like, I've even said it to Wack. I'm like, you see, I've seen Luce Cannon one time. I can't say I've been around him or he's told me personally about anything that I'll be the only one privy to. You were
right,
or you are his wife. If you were dating him during this time that he was allegedly robbing weed dispensaries, if the cops or the feds said, hey, listen, we want you as a witness to tell us what you know, would you cooperate against your husband?
Yes.
Damn, that's some deep hate. Holy sh. Wait, why? Wait, I ain't gonna lie. That threw me.
So
What?
let me tell you why. Loose Cannon implicated me in one of his robberies and tried to get me locked up. Him and Charisse went to the police.
Wait, hold on.
Uh-huh.
You got to slow it down. Walk me through this because I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I never expected to hear this. Hold on. How? Wait. How we?
So if you go look up, go on Google, type in 7756 Kingdom Drive, robbery, home invasion robbery. It'll pull up on Google. You'll see it.
7 what?
7756 Kingdom Drive, Riverside, California. Robbery. Go ahead and pull that up.
In 2022. By the way, just has the feds talked to you yet or no?
Which one? You're talking about for that robbery or for this current indictment?
I mean, either one.
I've talked to investigators many times dealing with Cannon, so a lot of investigators have talked to me.
Were you forthcoming with them? I'm just wondering if you're about to say something on the stream.
I had nothing to do with the robbery. I had nothing to do with that home invasion robbery. I was cleared of that.
No, we're not talking about you particularly, but it seems like these things have something to do with him. Were you forthcoming with the police? Because I'm trying to figure out if you're about to say something.
Of course. Okay. I didn't know. Like I said, I didn't know at the time. I didn't know anything about the robbery. I found out after, when I was brought into the investigation. When I went to the house, when the police called my mother and said I need to come to the house because people were robbed. It wasn't just the house. There was people in the house that got robbed. If you read what happened, it'll say it in there. People were robbed at gunpoint for the jewelry, cash, blah, blah, blah. So when I got to the house and the police were telling me what's going on, I didn't know at that time there was a current investigation and there was multiple robberies in the neighborhood. I had no clue. So when Luce Cannon and Charisse, when after that happened, when our same house got vandalized and robbed again, Luce Cannon and Charisse went to the police station and told the police I did it.
Really?
So then I got dragged into the investigation.
Okay, so let me read a little bit of this article. Riverside authorities are investigating a home invasion in which a group forced their way into a house and assaulted a resident early morning. It was at 3:40, and they're saying that they assaulted the victim inside before leaving with stolen items. Huh.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
And so they believe.
So once I had no choice but to cooperate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to jail for something I had nothing to do with.
So the police only talked to you after Luce Cannon and them blamed you?
Correct.
Why did they just come to you?
Because I was implicated in it. I don't know who else they talked to. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know who else they talked to.
No, I mean, why'd they go to Luce Cannon? Like, was he driving like your car or like why did they?
Oh, you have to ask Luce Cannon. I don't know why. Like I said, I don't know if he was privy to the investigation, if he was involved. I have no clue. Like I said, I got dragged in because of him and Charisse's statement that I was a part of the robbery. I don't know if he was working with them. I have no clue because, again, I wasn't involved.
So wait.
So I don't know what his reason for was bringing my name up. I have no clue.
So you're basically saying, do you think Luce was telling?
Again, you'd have to talk to an investigator. I can give you the detective's name that called me. Now, was Luce working with him? I have no clue because I was a suspect like whatever other suspects they had. So they weren't going to tell me who was snitching. I was being snitched on. They just told me that Luce Cannon and Charisse made a police report that I robbed the house and that there was already an investigation for the robbery you're looking at on Google. So they were asking me questions about the robbery, the robbery, after that first robbery that you're looking at. They asked me about that one and then other ones in the area of houses that got robbed to make sure that I didn't have anything to do with any of them.
Okay, interesting. So
now, did Luce Cannon know there was a current investigation? I don't know.
Wait, so did they talk to you about this current indictment or no?
Did who talk to me about this current indictment?
The feds or any authorities?
No comment.
So you might be in that trial testifying against him, huh?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, he testified against me in court.
When was this?
There's a lot of things people don't know about Luce Cannon that's on paperwork. Luce and CHARISEE have done a lot of things, and they got a lot of people fooled out here. But like I said, because, you know, obviously nobody's going to do their research, right? Nobody's going to go and start looking up paperwork and try to see, because, you know, lies sound better than the truth. But they have both done a lot of damage, a lot of things behind closed doors. It's on paperwork. After that robbery, then Luce and CHARISEE went and Luce testified in court and filed a false restraining order against me, saying that I
think
went
that's snitching?
to,
like in the street. I know you.
Of course.
Okay.
Absolutely. Anytime you and the only reason why it's snitch is because you're what you say, you're a gangbanger, right? Isn't that the code for gangbanging? You don't snitch or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't live that life. I'm not a gangbanger, but I'm just going by what he claims his street code is, which he's been claiming forever since I've met him. So I'm saying that's your street code, right? I'm a civilian. I'm not a gangbanger. I'm not from the streets, but he is. Is that not against his code? Is that not what he's been saying? Like, oh, that's snitching, police stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
So if you're saying that it's okay for him, why wouldn't it be okay for me?
It's still crazy to believe that Luce Cannon, BRICC Baby, and Big U really got picked up by the feds. I took a little break from the content, and the more homework I'm doing catching up on everything going on, Luce, BRICC, and Big U may not get out for the next 20 years. Yeah, everything seems like content right now, but give it a year, give it 5 years. Do you really think Luce Cannon baby ma go stay down? I give her 8 months max, because once the content slow down and Wack 100 keep applying pressure, I think CHARISEE might fold. A woman like that needs attention, and once the attention stop with Luce, she gonna be on to the next. Nothing against her, but it is what it is. Females will leave when you down and when you broke. That's just the facts. But let me know how long y'all think she gonna last, and let me know what y'all think about all this in the comment section. And make sure y'all hit that like button. Let's get this video to 100 likes. We passed 100 likes, 500 likes. We passed 500 likes, 1,000 likes. Road to 30,000 subscribers. Appreciate everybody hitting that like button, leaving comments, subscribing. Could Reacts Reloaded. To the next one, another one. Gone.